The Scottsbluff County Fair is in full swing, and local 4-H and FFA kids showcasing their animals. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the Scottsbluff County Fair is underway in Mitchell, and local kids are using this time to shine. KNEB summer intern Rebecca White has that story.
The Scottsbluff County Fair is in full swing, and area 4-H and FFA students are stealing the spotlight, showing their animals. Alexander Krulik has shown sheep at the Scottsbluff County Fair for 6 years now.
Well, all my other siblings have shown animals for out there past, and also I'm using the money to pay for my college.
This year he tried a new breed of sheep, and he prepared all summer for the fair. Although he didn't do as well as he hoped, he says he still walked the sheep well. When you start with a new sheep, he says,
So, what you need to do is you start working them by the lead, and then you slowly start just walking them with your hands.
Across the way at Sanford Hall, Joel Brown is showing chickens for his third year in a row. The 13-year-old does showmanship with his blue Old English game bantam chicken. He says he's been preparing for the fair all summer, taking care of his chicken every day.
So every morning and every night you have to go out, shut them up. Every morning you have to go feed them and refresh their water. And then you have to keep, at least we keep our showing chickens separate because it keeps their feathers cleaner and they don't get picked on by the roosters, by the older roosters, or older chickens for that matter.
He has done well his past 2 years, even winning grand champion last year.
My favorite part's probably the community and just being part of something. You got something to do all summer. I don't know, it just keeps you outside most of the time.
In Mitchell, Rebecca White, KNEB.TV News.
Well, another start to August and another National Night Out is in the books, and the gathering in downtown Scottsbluff was a hit again on Tuesday. The event on Broadway brought together first responders, nonprofit organizations, adults, and kids, and saw thousands gather to get to meet up, perhaps one more time before the start of the new school year. Scottsbluff Police Captain Lance Kite says it also allows the public to get to know those who protect and serve in various capacities.
It's probably the favorite event I have, just to come out for a couple hours and talk to people and answer questions. So, yeah, very successful program, very well attended, so we're very happy with it.
This year, law enforcement had 700 goodie bags to give out, compared to 500 in previous years, and they were going fast as soon as the gathering started. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Santa is back. It's Christmas in July 2023, and Renewal by Andersen is giving the best gift ever this year. First, you get 20% off every window and patio door, and get this. No money down, no interest, no payments for 18 months. That means no payments until 2025. But act fast. Santa and the reindeer can't take the heat. This offer ends August 15th. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. Renewal by Andersen's Christmas in July sale is here. Thank you, Santa.
Welcome back. The president of the Nebraska Farm Bureau was making the rounds in Scottsbluff last Thursday, meeting with farmers and learning more about some of the Panhandle's crops. Mark McHarg toured dry bean plots at the UNL Panhandle Research, Education, and Extension Center in Scottsbluff to learn more about where Nebraska is in growing dry beans for the world and if there is room to expand our market share.
Well, I'm really out here to listen. and anything that we can help them with. I think on the bean side, the dry bean side, my understanding is just sometimes it's feast or famine on what parts of the world need beans and how do we make sure and be in the market as far as Nebraska and the dry bean area. That's something I'm interested in kind of understanding a little bit more, is just the larger scale of it, and whether Nebraska specifically, if there's room to expand in that category, and if there's any hurdles that we could help with if expansion is possible in that area.
The Nebraska Farm Bureau works to represent farmers on the state and federal level and to work to understand farmers' issues to give them the best representation possible. Well, Nebraska University President Ted Carter has announced he has awarded the Presidential Medal of Service to Brian Sloan, the president of the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The Presidential Medal of Service is an annual honor created by Carter back in 2018 that recognizes Nebraskans' support and advocacy for the NU system and higher education in the state. In the announcement of the award, Carter said Sloan understands well the crucial importance of an affordable, accessible, strong, and growing public university. He said the Gering native has been a vocal advocate for the urgent workforce needs facing the state and the university's role in meeting those needs, and the NU system is in a stronger position to serve students and grow Nebraska's economic competitiveness thanks to Sloan's support. And after climbing above growth neutral for 5 straight months, the Creighton University Mid-America Business Conditions Index fell below growth neutral threshold. The business index dropped to 46.1 from 50.8 in June. Economist Ernie Goss admits survey results indicate that contrary to the Federal Reserve consensus, a recession in 2023 is still on the table.
I think the optimism we're seeing in national surveys right now is a bit overdone. The economy is just not going to expand at the current expectations of investors and politicians and political leaders out there right now.
He says on average, 46% of supply managers expect a recession in the second half of 2023.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
At FNBO, we've turned up the rate so you can earn more, save more, and do more. Right now, at your nearest branch, you can get 5% APY for 17 months on our special offer CD. Don't wait on a great rate. Give yourself and your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
The fall sports season is right around the corner. For many that work in, around, or closely with sports, the real start of a new year is just a week or so away. Or if you're the Bridgeport Bulldog football team, the calendar has flipped already. The Bulldogs, one of 28 teams playing a Week 0 game 2 weeks from tomorrow. Earlier this summer during West Nebraska All-Star Week in Scottsbluff, Bridgeport head football coach Jeremy Reimers had this to say about his team's prospects for the coming season.
We got some key returners coming back, our quarterback and one of our running backs, Peyton Abbott too, and we got some, and our big kid up front, Nolan DuBois. I mean, we got some good pieces returning. We're going to have some youth in some positions, but I think we'll be all right and compete and hopefully win the district again and make playoffs and maybe go a little bit further this year. So I guess we'll see how the cards fall. So.
The Bulldogs will open at North Platte St. Pat's on the 18th. Bridgeport coming off a season in which they reached the first round of the D1 playoffs, falling to Summerland on the road. North Platte, that'll be an early season opponent for Scottsbluff. They'll play that night as well. Softball will open that week with Gering and Scottsbluff in action. And then on the 25th, it's the first full night of high school football across the state. Well, the Huskers started fall camp on Monday, the first under first-year head coach Matt Rule. Obviously, a new staff and new schemes. That defensive side of the ball being run by Tony White. And no surprise, with new coaches and plenty of new faces on the roster, it's a bit of a juggling act this early in camp.
No, I think it's everything is daily competition, daily rotations. I mean, we got some guys moving from red to black and black to red. With the A team, with the B team, so we're constantly moving guys around. We want to reward guys who do it the right way and do it well, and we want to make sure that we send a message to guys that if you're not going to do it the way it's supposed to be done, you're not going to play. So.
One name that won't be a black shirt this year is Miles Farmer, who started 11 games last year and was second on the team in tackles. Just days after Coach Rule announced that Farmer was suspended, yesterday it was announced that Farmer had entered the transfer portal. Opening night at Minnesota just 28 days out. And Big Ten Media Days for the Husker volleyball program earlier this week in Chicago. One topic for head coach John Cook was Volleyball Day in Nebraska, when the Huskers will host Omaha outdoors at Memorial Stadium.
A couple weeks ago, I wanted to get a feel of what it's going to feel like. So I went to Folsom Field, Dead & Company. You ever heard of them? Some of the older guys would know them. I went to their concert, and the stadium's completely sold out, the field's sold out, so you can't even move. And I just remember when they start at 6:30 at night. Most concerts start late, and they start at 6:30. So I wanted, because we're starting at 7, so I just thought this would be perfect, and just to get the feeling. My adrenaline and goosebumps were going through the roof, and I'm just thinking trying to take what it's going to be like playing a volleyball match in Memorial Stadium, where they're actually cheering for our team, and it's really hard to imagine for a volleyball match. So we're going to have to do some breathing exercises before we go out.
That match set for Wednesday, August 30th. The red-white preseason scrimmage set for the 19th, and the season opener against Utah State, that's on tap for Friday, the 25th. That'll do it for today. The latest from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
At FNBO, we've turned up the rate so you can earn more, save more, and do more. Right now, at your nearest branch, you can get 5% APY for 17 months on our special offer CD. Don't wait on a great rate. Give yourself and your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the Riverside Discovery Center welcomed 2 new zebra fillies last month, and staff says it's been all hands on deck to ensure one of the 2 gets ready to make her debut. Baby Zeta is being bottle fed after her mom Zuri was unable to produce enough milk to keep her healthy. Director Desiree Drain Davison says Zeta is putting on weight, but that isn't the only step to rejoining her herd.
We want her a little more independent. That means not requiring a bottle feeding every few hours. Currently the keepers have backed off on that. We had 5 keepers who were doing 4-hour feedings round the clock. The keepers are getting tired and they're ready for her to be able to be put back in with her mama for a bit. Make sure that goes well, and then she will end up back with the herd.
Meanwhile, there was another baby zebra born at the RDC who is out in the herd, born just a few hours apart from Zeta, and she is independent and likes to play with her herd. Drain Davison says this baby doesn't have a name yet, but for $1 you can put your name in the suggestion box, as there's a naming contest going on until August 11th. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.